Greetings and gratitude, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel if y'all are new here. My name is Cassandra. I'm a witch, author, and poet of Magic of Eden. Welcome to your new spiritual safe haven. If y'all are returning, hey family, welcome back to our sacred garden. I'm always honored, excited, and elated to be in your presence. We are going to be doing an energy read, and I've already got some oracle cards pulled here. And I'm going to be shuffling from the gold foil tarot. And yes, I know that right now my energy just kind of feels like quick and straight to the point. I know that right now I kind of feel, for whatever reason, like I don't know why it feels like a rush, or it feels like there is some type of immediate answer that is needed right now. So I'm hoping that this reading can give you whatever clarity that you need. Please remember to receive all messages that resonate and discard what is not. This is a this is a reading for a general audience. So some messages may be for you and some messages may not. I honor that. And thank you guys for coming on here. So yes, Spirit, thank you so much for coming with us and being with us today. Thank you so much for being in our space and for protecting us as you always do and always have and always will. Thank you so much for all the many blessings that you bestow upon us each and every day. Thank you for always showing up in the ways that we need most. Thank you so much to our ancestors, to our guides, our spirit guides, to our archangels, wings of light, from the highest realms of this universe who walk with us on a daily. Thank you so much for the protection, for your benevolent protection and your divine love. Thank you so much for showing up in the ways that we need you most. Thank you so much for allowing me to be the vessel that relays any messages that my soul tribe needs to hear. I set the intention that whatever they need to hear right now, that they receive the message. Thank you so much for allowing me to be the medium that, again, relays any messages that my soul tribe needs to hear. Thank you for using me as the vessel so that they are led to the highest and greatest good in itself. So I'm hearing essentially what I'm hearing is the words slow down and nap time. That's one of the things too. But I also feel like I want to say that there is this need to trust and not to worry. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like the energies are already starting off with tension as we have maneuvered into the Gregorian New Year. Now, our New Year, my New Year, or better yet, our personal New Year starts on our solar return. And from an energetic level or spiritual level, we all start our New Year technically in spring. That's where we have the spring equinox. But according to, this Gregorian calendar, it starts January 1st. So the problem or the issue with that is that the fact that they have the New Year in winter is problematic. And the reason why it's problematic is because we are still in a time of reflection right now. And not only that, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that the world is in a year 9. So the number 9 connects us to our ability to kind of sit down and hone in and focus on the things that we want, but also analyze our actions and analyze the things that we have done so that we know what to do next and what not to do next time. I feel like the number 9 also connects us to obviously each and every 9 card in the tarot, which all of those tarot cards that have the number 9, for example, the 9 of Pentacles, the 9 of Swords, the 9 of Cups, the 9 of Wands and things of that nature, it kind of asks us to stop and pause. When you're dealing with the 9 of Pentacles, it's stop, pause, connect to the body, connect to your senses, connect to the world around you. When it comes to the 9 of Swords, it's stop, pause to see what is it that is on your mind, what is it that you have that is lingering, that is haunting you, like what anxieties are you feeling, and it asks you to analyze the reason why you are feeling those anxieties. When it's the 9 of Cups, it's wanting you to stop and pause to think about the things that you want. Is this truly what I want? Like, what choices am I making? Am I doing everything that I need to do in order to, receive this emotional fulfillment? Is this really for me? Right? What exactly does this mean? It is always a sit down. And when it's the 9 of Wands, it's this pause, or it's this stopping force that protects you, or it's a sign or a signal that you want to protect yourself from whatever is coming in. So it's almost kind of like this wall or this block or this firewall that impedes this threat. Does that make sense? So the Nine of Wands is all about us protecting ourselves, but also stopping and pausing for us to ask ourselves, what is it that I'm trying to protect myself from? So whenever you're dealing with the number 9, you're always dealing with this energy of stopping and pausing because something will come to a completion. I cannot say that I feel like the number 9 means completion. I feel that energetically speaking or spiritually speaking, that the number 9 is all about us stopping and analyzing because something is going to come to a completion. That's how I feel. But I mean, you can argue me on that. And and also I was going to say that the 9 connects to the Hermit, and here we have the Hermit. So I feel like this reading is definitely in alignment. I don't want you to feel like you are doing something wrong by stopping and pausing. I want you to sit down and ask yourself, okay, why do I feel how I'm feeling? Do I feel anxious? If so, why do I feel anxious? What is it that's causing me to feel anxious? Like, do I feel defeated? Do I feel lost? Like, what is it that's going on? And I want you to remember the importance of not rushing. I want you to remember the importance of trusting what is happening. I'm hearing the word set the tone. There is something that is setting the tone for something, and it's drawing me to Mars retrograde. And I believe Mars is retrograde, or going retrograde or something like that. I have to check the chart in the third house. So I know that when it comes to our lives, this can create some type of, it's almost kind of like tension is brewing, but I also feel like tension has been brewing, and I feel like it has been for years now. And I think that the fact that Mars is in retrograde, I feel like what this means, think of it as like, okay, if you are withholding something, or if you're not expressing yourself the way that you should, or if you're not expressing yourself in this way right now, then essentially what's going to happen, or eventually what's going to happen, is that energy is going to find another way to expose itself. For example, if you're repressed, if you're repressing your anger, and you're constantly keeping that anger to yourself, eventually it's going to come out as, let's just say, passive aggression, or it could come out as you being, snappy at people, right? Or if you're not hitting the big O as you need, or as you feel like you need, and you're not transmuting that energy into, like a creative endeavor, then eventually you can come off as maybe moody. You can come off as irritable, right? So that energy is always going to come out and show itself in another way if it's not being expressed. And I feel that the fact that some of you guys are trying your best to slow down and analyze, some of you are trying to withhold energy, and it's coming out in other ways. I'm hearing the word aggravated. Someone may feel aggravated and lost right now because they're not really sure as to what's coming. But I also feel like for some of you, you're feeling like it's like some of you, it's like this muscle memory. You've been traumatized for like the past 4 years, or for the past however long, and you're expecting or almost kind of flinching at this newness that's coming in because you're not really sure if it's going to hurt you or not. And so Spirit is asking you to sit with the trigger. I feel like some of you guys may feel triggered a lot right now, and I feel like some of you are just having a really hard time trusting that this is going to be any different. I feel like the message and the wisdom that Spirit has for us right now is that right now is not that. Of course, it is time for us to start this phase where we venture off into new things. Absolutely. But I feel like before you guys head straight forward into that, there is a need for you to pause and analyze. Also, check to see what's going on in your house of Virgo in your astrology chart. What does Virgo rule in your astrology chart? Like, what house does it rule, or what planets do you have in Virgo? Are you a Virgo sun, moon, rising? I think that we can really use the blessing of Virgo right now, and I say that because Virgo is the energy that analyzes an issue, and then it goes in to figure out how it can fix it, right? Because it's ruled by Mercury, but it's also very practical because it's an earth sign. And I feel like we can really use that beautiful energy of Virgo to remind us that it is okay for us to tune into our own inner voice, to tune into our own inner void, and draw wisdom from the stars, and draw wisdom from the ethers, and draw wisdom from the divine, in order to help us not only analyze, but also implement the wisdom that is right gifted to us by spirit. So I feel like with the Hermit card here, this is a call for us to really stop and really think and really think and really analyze, but also not allowing our wisdom to come out of or come from an external source. I think right now is really a time to pause. Also, we have the King of Pentacles that is at the bottom of the deck here. And I feel like this is a beautiful thing because I feel like for some people, they're really just feeling like they really want some kind of security to come in, and they're really wanting to feel secure. They're wanting help. And I feel like now what I'm hearing is community building. It's time for you to either open up and ask someone in your community for help, or maybe just simply ask your community for help when you feel like you need it. Also, another message coming through for some of you guys is this energy of, I don't know why the word is trust. Like, I know that there are a lot of things that are going on right now, but Spirit is asking you not to allow yourself to get caught in the current. Like if you're, or not to get caught in in like the whirlpool or the whirlwind. I'm seeing like a tide, like this whirlpool, and like someone's like in this whirlpool and they're just kind of surrendering. They're like, you know what? This, whatever's going to happen is going to happen anyway. There's no need for me to force it. I'm already here. I'm already in it. And I don't know why that's the kind of the vibe for some of you guys, but Spirit is also asking for you not to get caught in that. Like if you were to kind of step back and think about the actions that you're taking, then you don't have to worry about being caught up in this whirlpool, right? And I also feel like some of you guys, your judgment is clouded because of this lack of guidance that you feel like you have. I feel like some of you feel lost in a sense. Speaking of Nine of Swords, why is a Nine of Swords here? I'm not surprised to see these nines at all. I'm not surprised to see these nines here. To see another 9 card. Yep. And we have the 5 of Cups in reverse, and we have the Temperance card. Absolutely. I feel like this is one of those energies where, yeah, some of you feel like it's really this energy of, I feel like I'm nervous. I feel anxious. I feel nervous. I feel like as much as I want this thing or want this abundance or whatever it looks like to come in, I'm afraid that it won't, because look at what's happened for the years prior. But I feel like Spirit is asking you not to lose your sense of excitement. Instead, sit with the things that are bothering you. Sit with the things that are triggering you, because there is an urgency. There is an urgent need for you guys to sit down and really start to take your meditation time seriously with the Temperance card here. Speaking of wisdom, I feel like the Temperance card is a card of course moderation. Of course, the Temperance card is a card of like the middle way and balance and things of that nature, but it's also the card of alchemy. And it's also, to me, a card of understanding. And it's a card that depicts our ability to really tune into our own inner guru and guidance, and how it is essential for us to balance our need for confirmation outside of us with our ability to receive the confirmation from the hunches that we have. And I also feel like you are in the world, but not of it, right? Like you are existence in the world, but you are not of the world. And I feel like some of you guys are being called to tune out the noise that you're hearing from the outside world and tune into your own inner space. What I'm hearing Spirit say is that now you can definitely use some guidance here, and guidance is essential. That's great. Balance, right, between guiding and leading and following. But for whatever reason, I'm hearing Spirit say, sit with the losses. I want you to sit with this loss. I want you to sit with the very thing. I want you to sit with your disappointment, because the 4 of Cups is 5 of Cups, actually. It's a card of disappointment. It's a card of hopelessness. And it's a card of being so immersed into the loss that we don't see the gain that we're receiving from it, right? And so I'm hearing Spirit say, I need you to read the fine print, and I need you to read between the lines on this one, because even though you may feel like this is what it means, it could also mean something else. Hermit card is a card that is very detached emotionally, because it understands that by constantly being in the emotions, it's going to cause or create this lack of understanding, this lack of security, this lack of confidence, right? And I feel like the Hermit card is a card that is really calling out to us right now. I'm going to get a thumbnail real quick. Okay, there we go. So essentially, I feel like with the King of Pentacles here, I feel like there is something that is going to come that is essentially going to help you throughout your time right now. But I think that what I'm hearing is just trust. And it sounds so cliche and biblical and Christian, like it sounds very Christianic. I don't even know if that's the word, but it sounds very Christian like when I say this, or very religious. But it's like have faith, but also understand and know, understand and overstand, right? That you have the ability to weave this, your reality. You have the power to co-create this reality, but it's going to take confidence and trust. I think what Spirit wants you to do really right now is really just to analyze, analyze your feelings. We also have here the Four of Wands, and yeah, we have the Four of Wands here. And speaking of community building, we also have the Three of Pentacles here, as well as the Hangman. So these are the tarot cards that we have right now. And I feel like what this means, or what this is a signal to do, is once you're out of this space of meditation, once you're out of this space of reflection, and really diving deep into your own inner voice, I feel is when you'll realize that you have an abundant amount of creativity and practical skills that are essential and needed for not only yourself, but for your community. And once you do start to really develop those skills, those gifts and those talents, is when people will start to really trust you enough to lead them, if that makes sense. So I really do feel like with this Three of Pentacles, and with also this Four of Wands here, I feel like Spirit is asking you to surround yourself after you've come out of this meditation or this meditative state, to really surround yourself with people that make you feel at home, that make you feel alive, that bring life back into you. I also feel that this is a signal that once you do analyze and receive the wisdom that you need, that eventually what's going to end up happening is you'll end up finding not only a reason to celebrate, but you'll reach, I don't know why the word is victory, you'll reach a victory, or you'll obtain this victory, whatever that victory looks like. Also, King of Pentacles here, it's an advisor. You may have a partner or someone in your community that you'll find that is actually going to invest in you. But Spirit is 100% asking you to trust this process. Opportunity. Look at this. Opportunity is here. And then you also have you're ready. I love this. I love this. You're ready. I love this. Okay, so we also have don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Can you guys see that? Okay, and also we have here the Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, Soul Tribe. Remember when we were talking about your community? This is our confirmation. Okay, and we also have birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. We did talk about you having the power to co-create your reality, right? So this is another confirmation. And then we also have Sanctuary, Mystic Meadow, and then we have Water Spirit, manifesting dreams. And then we also have Beauty, Wood Nymph, okay? And then the last card that we have here is the Aspen Spirit, which I love this. Aspen Spirit is courage. I feel like what this is saying is that there are 100% opportunities of growth. There are opportunities for things to prosper and to flower. And I know that you guys may feel uneasy and you may feel like you don't want to enter into this other space because you're afraid that there is lack, that there is turmoil, that there is turbulence. And Spirit is asking you to truly just trust in the fact that you have the skill set, right? Like you have the skills, you have these things. Yes, they are still under development, but don't worry about being perfect right now. Just don't worry about anything actually. Like Spirit is asking you not to worry, and there's truly nothing really to worry about because there's always going to be a sense of guidance. Spirit is asking you right now to sit with yourself, to sit with your traumas, to sit with your triggers, to sit with the anxiety, and remember to try your best not to overthink. And how do you not overthink? The way that you not overthink is that you detach from the thoughts that are making you feel something, right? So if these thoughts are coming up like, okay, if I do this, then this is going to happen, and this is going to happen, and this is going to happen, and then you start feeling it in your body, you have to take a moment to really breathe and say, okay, now that I've thought all this, I'm going to sit tight And I'm going to just allow these thoughts to just kind of come in. And what this looks like is you not attaching yourself. And how you know that you're not attaching yourself to the thoughts is that you stop feeling it within your body. Your heart doesn't race as much, right? You don't feel those butterflies, or you don't feel those spiders in your belly, right? You stop feeling all of those things. In fact, how you know that you're not overthinking anymore, or how do you know that you're doing it right, so to speak, is that you'll feel a sense of calmness and a sense of peace, a sense of sanctuary within yourself, right? And that points to the Temperance card. You start to feel this sense of knowing, or the sense of, you know what, even though I may have felt this at first, I no longer am worried, because I know that no matter what, everything is happening for me and not to me. And you really have to start, what Spirit is saying, is to detach from reality enough so that you're not overly identifying with it, because when you're overly identifying with something, you then become that thing. So Spirit is asking for you to detach from that. Also, the fact that you're ready, opportunity is here. Don't dim your light. This 3 of Pentacles is calling me to that. And I feel like there is a level of expertise that you are growing into, or that you even have, that is going to open up these doors. Somebody did a working, and they might have worked with a road opening candle. If you did, then this is the door opening for you. But it's going to take for you to have courage. And the opposite of courage is fear. Like, the opposite of love is fear. Like, that's just how I think about it. You may not agree with that, and I'm fine with that. That's cool. But I feel like the opposite of courage is fear. But I feel like also is that with this courage, with this don't dim to fit in, this is authenticity coming through here. And it is not authentic for you to be in a state of fear. And Spirit is asking for you, Hangman here, to really not just surrender, but to sit, because when you surrender and when you're not forcing, you will become illuminated. Okay. So I hope that this reading did help you guys for right now. I know that right now that you are all manifesting a very beautiful life for yourself. And I know that things feel kind of, there's like lots of tension going on, but I want to remind you that it is okay for you to trust in yourself, for you to trust in your ability, but also trust in your guides, your ancestors, trust in your magic, trust in the workings that you've been, that you've been doing, that you've been giving. And yes, that is confirmation for you all. Oh, by the way, real quick, before we go, I want to pull some dice, because I've been working with dice recently. And I love I love casting dice. It's so cool. Okay. Spirit, what numbers do we have here? Oh. Okay. We've got 5, 5, 3, 3, 3, 3. So 33, 33. And we've got 44. We've got 55 and 6. So 3, 3, 3, 3, 44, 55, and 6. What this makes me feel is that there are 100% some changes that are coming right now, but what's going to help is you tapping into wisdom. 3 is a card of wisdom. It is a card of creativity, It is a number of creativity. It is the number of wisdom, because 3 is associated with not only the Empress, but it's also associated with Jupiter and also Ascended Master. So you could be getting some type of downloads or wisdom coming directly from an Ascended Master that is going to help you throughout the changes happening right now. What is changing for you? Your finances are changing. I'm picking up on career and your purpose. Like 10th house energy, 3rd house energy for you. There's different things changing from there. Family dynamics are also changing. And there's also something that you need to be doing and implementing in your foundation so that you have a stronger foundation when it comes to your affairs, when it comes to your family life, and when it comes to anything really. So Spirit is asking you to use your creativity to build a stronger foundation to help you throughout this major change that's happening right now. And I feel like that's what Spirit is wanting you to know. And that's what feels right. Also, the number 3 here is don't fit in to dim your light. And also 5 is here too, next to that card. So that lets me know to use your creativity and to let your creativity stand out. And your creativity will stand out when you believe in yourself enough and know that that not only your intuition, but your creativity knowing that your creativity will lead the way. All right. Thank you all so much for spending time with me. Thank you for listening and tuning into this message. I hope that it helped and I hope that it resonated. If y'all need anything from me, be sure to visit me online at CassandraTurner.com. You guys can also hold my hand over at Magic of Eden on Instagram. I'm always honored, excited, and elated to be in your presence, and I'm hoping to work with you all soon. And if there's nothing else, I'll catch you in my next video.